And we will start by drawing the compass rose. A lot of people remember their north, south, east, and west by the never eat soggy waffles. When you have your little compass rose here, and never eat soggy waffles. It goes just like clockwise, never eat. And then, I don't know if they'll talk about this, but that little thing there is labeled northeast. This is southeast. We always start with the southwest. The directions of north and south. If you're splitting something between two things, we never say it's east-south. It's always southeast. The wind is blowing southeast. This is southwest, like the airport. And then this is northwest, maybe like the airport too. Okay, but it's important. The book's going to give you a lot of directions, and you just need to understand kind of this. Okay, when you have north, south, east, and west, you know, these form right angles, and that's a 90-degree angle between all of the major ones. If you're doing northeast, if the whole thing is 90 and you split it in half, northeast would actually be how many degrees? 45 degrees. But this is what a problem is going to look like. And on your paper, you'll draw this out, so it'll be very, 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 very easy. Andy and Barney are both facing north. In north, when we put it on a paper, obviously we point it up, but that actually is not. I mean, if you're looking the way I'm pointing, it's not actually north. It is a direction. Which direction, Wade, right now is north? Okay, going to Yorkville from Cross is north. That would be south. That way is east, and that way is west. But if this is what they say, here's how it looks. If they're both facing north, then you have a little arrow and you go, oh, this is Andy and Barney are both facing north. So they're both facing this direction. Let's see what happens to them though. And then it says, Andy made a quarter turn 90 degrees clockwise to face east. Andy turns 90 degrees, which is a quarter of a turn, to the east. Okay, so now Andy's looking this way. He's looking east. While Barney turned counterclockwise until he faced east. So that means this. Andy decided to turn this way. Barney turns the other direction until he is also facing east. The question is, how many degrees did Barney turn? And if you just think about it in terms of quarter turns, Barney had to turn 90 degrees to get to here. He had to turn another 90 degrees to get to go in the opposite way, and then he had to turn the third 90 degrees. So if you turn 90, 90, and 90, how many degrees did he turn? Carter W?
270 degrees.
270 degrees. And again, that's why if you sketch out the pictures, it's not really that bad. Now, here is another one that a lot of people get mixed up here. The next problem, if you're on your phone. It says, Elizabeth ran a lap around the park. Elizabeth ran a lap around the park. Well, unfortunately, the park is not a circle, but the park is some sort of a hexagon. She made 6 turns to the left. She made 6 turns to the left. And then the question says, what was the average number of degrees in each turn? What was average degree turn. So here is what that would look like on paper. Okay, what's her name? Elizabeth. Here's Elizabeth, and here's the park. Let's say this is the park, even though it's not a circle. She made 6 turns. She's starting facing this direction. She's going to do 1 lap. This is so kind of confusing. Okay, which means she did this. Okay, here she is, boom, she turns once to go, there's 1 turn. That's 1 turn. Boom, she's there. There's 2 turns. There's 3 turns. There's 4 turns. There's 5 turns. And then there's 6 turns to get back going the way she is. She made 6 turns. Well, here's what you have to think about. What direction did she start out facing? East. Doesn't really matter. What direction did she end up facing? East. So she made 1, in all those turns, she made 1 complete actual circle, which is how many degrees?
360.
She did 6 turns that equaled 360 degrees. Now, was each one equal? No, but it didn't ask me for what equal was. It said what was her average. So to find average, you take the total divided by the number of turns she made, which was 6. So she did an average of 60 degrees for every turn. And that's important to know. When you go around a whole shape, remember, here, if you have a square, how many degrees are inside a square? 90, 90, 90, 90.
360.
Well, if it's a pentagon, boom, guess how many degrees are inside a pentagon?
360.
360, because all those add up. You know, if you were a person starting this direction and you made those 5 turns, you'll end up looking that same way. So you could always figure out how many degrees are in each angle of a regular pentagon, because they'd all be the same, because you just divide 5 by 360. If you take 360 divided by 5, you end up with what? 72 degrees. In a regular pentagon, where all the sides are equal, every degree has to be 72 degrees. Just like if I asked you how big the angles were in a stop sign. Well, that would have to be, maybe is that, yeah, no, it has to be bigger than 72 degrees. 72 degrees, skip that, we can't do that. Forget I just said that. We'll go back and ignore that for a minute, because that's the outside degrees, not the inside degrees, and we can't talk about that. But if they're asking you how many degrees it takes to get there, and how many turns, that would be the case. That's not how many degrees are here, that's how many degrees are here. You actually have to take, they won't ask you that question. Let's look one more. Look at your books on page 467, please. Wow, this is actually a town we know. Look at practice A. It says, Jose was heading south on his bike. So right away, we draw a line going down, because we usually consider that to be south. There's Mr. Jose heading south. When he reached Sycamore, he turned 90 degrees to the right. Well, if you're heading this way, which way is 90 degrees to the right? This way or this way?
That way.
What about this side
That right.
or this
That
side?
right. That's right.
This one, because you're looking down. To right means you turn this way. So now he ended up heading, he went 90 degrees to that way, which is actually what direction?
West.
That is west. Then it says, then at Highland, he turned 90 degrees to the right. So here he is here, he turned 90 degrees to the right, so now he's going that way, which is north. Then it says, at Elkis, he turned 90 degrees to the right again.
Oh, again?
So now he's heading
East.
east. And then the question is, assuming each street was straight, in what direction was he heading at Atkins? And there's your answer, the other guy. He was going. And everybody's head. Alright. enough of that he said.